Don't mind me just getting scammed by Red before the video starts. Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and you're probably thinking to yourself, I've explored everywhere there is to explore in Animal Crossing New Horizons, especially if you've been a player for a long time. However, it turns out there are some really hidden, secret areas in the game which you simply cannot access, at least yet. This could hint towards the future of Animal Crossing New Horizons, so we'll be going over that and more in this video, as well as of course checking out these secret areas. Quickly, I just want to mention that I'm over on Twitch, streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons every week. I've just started a brand new island over there, so you can come and enjoy that if you'd like to. You can follow me over at twitch.tv/crossingchannel. I also post my previous streams on my second channel, which is called Game with Ben. Both of the links are in the description. As I'm sure you all know, Harvey's Island got a massive upgrade in the 2.0 version. There is now a huge plaza there where you can visit all kinds of different vendors which have their own services, which is incredibly cool and one of my absolute favorite parts of the entire update. Harvey's Island has always had a lot of areas surrounding it that have been inaccessible, but with the 2.0 version, a really sort of special one seems to have come to people's attention. Fellow YouTuber CEO MG on Animal Crossing New Horizons, who makes all kinds of really interesting videos about them discovering the secret areas in Animal Crossing New Horizons by sort of breaking the boundaries of the game, has discovered a secret staircase on Harvey's Island just out of sight. Now, this staircase also happens to be invisible, but it functions basically like all of the other staircases in the game, including the inclines that you can get around your island. Now, this is definitely very suspicious. It's super strange that there's just this random staircase that's completely invisible out of sight on Harvey's Island, which the average player will never get to see for themselves. It sort of feels like this staircase could perhaps have been used for another type of area or shop on Harvey's Island that you could have accessed by going up these stairs. Maybe it would have even been a proper type of building, which is something that we don't have aside from Harvey's photo studio on this particular island. It is of course entirely possible that this could have just been a test object which Nintendo threw down to test something out, but it does feel very strange that they would still leave it in. There really aren't many other things like this in the entire game, even with other areas sort of being broken into like this one. Of course, it does also make you wonder if maybe in the future we could see some other type of minor update to Harvey's Island. Now, of course, Nintendo did say they wouldn't be doing any major free content updates to Animal Crossing New Horizons, and they even came out to say they wouldn't be doing any more DLC for the game. But what do they mean exactly by that? Could we still see minor updates? I'm going to be discussing that more in this video once we get onto the second one. It's also worth noting that Harvey's Island has its own sort of little beach area too, which have been a really great setting for some more tropical vendors to sell different types of items and services to you. It's actually pretty cool that you can just actually run around here and sort of enjoy the area, even though it's a little bit broken and of course not properly designed because it's never intended to be seen by players. Still, with all the major upgrades that we've seen to different areas in Animal Crossing New Horizons, especially Harvey's Island, it does make you think about what could have been here, or if anything could happen in the future, like I mentioned. The second one is of course the one that I showed off on the thumbnail, and it is a secret staircase in Nook's Cranny. Now, you probably know about this area with the stairs that's behind Nook's Cranny, but what you might not have known is that the staircase here is actually fully modeled, despite the fact that players will never ever get to see the full thing. So why did Nintendo decide to fully render this file all the way out, when honestly they really didn't have to? That of course is going to make people speculate that potentially we could see another type of Nook's Cranny upgrade. Now, would this be considered some kind of minor update that Nintendo could introduce to the game, or is it something considered major? We honestly really don't know. But it is worth mentioning that, like I've said in some of my past videos, there was evidence for a Nook's Cranny upgrade by data miners within the code of the game. So that's even more evidence that potentially at some point they were planning out some kind of Nook's Cranny upgrade, and maybe they scrapped it, or potentially they are saving it for a more minor surprise update later on. Now, don't worry, I'm not getting my hopes up for this sort of thing, and I don't think anyone else should either, although it is definitely really fun to speculate about because the evidence is there. You've got this really suspicious staircase, and then you have the data mines as well, so it definitely does make you think. In the defense of them possibly doing stuff like this in a minor update, I do want to mention that they recently released the 2.0.4 update, which did actually bring in a brand new type of feature to the game, which makes it so that gyroid fragments now appear on your beach. Now, I understand that this isn't a major update, but it does show that they weren't completely done adjusting the game and adding new things, as they've even added in new items since the 2.0 update launched as well. I also want to mention that it does seem like Nook's Cranny has its own little boxed off area up here as well. Usually you would just kind of end up in the void once you've gotten out of these sort of areas, but this one does seem like its own sort of mini floor, so it is really interesting to me, and it does make me wonder if potentially they did plan on doing some kind of update here, maybe with Leaf originally, but they decided to put him on Harvey's island. Still, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Do you think these sort of secret areas that we can't access yet in Animal Crossing New Horizons could ever become accessible or be used for something in the game? Do you think we might see some kind of minor update for the game, like a Nook's Cranny upgrade, or would that be considered more major? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more videos. I want to give a big thanks to these channel members for their continued support of me and what I do here on this channel. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below the video or the link in the description to learn more. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks like exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, access to our members only Discord and our members only podcast too.